how you should think about doling out training to your reps. When you go to YouTube, you're going to see videos based on your interests. The reason that is because YouTube wants to keep you on the site. I don't think that's really what you want to do with your reps. What you want to do is train your reps so they can go out and do their job, right? You're not trying to build a YouTube where you're distracting the rep and having them focus on consuming every little bit of content you have about every single topic. If you broke it down to like a first principle model, your training portal would have only exactly the content that the rep needs to get to the next step in their career. I don't think that it's about just giving them this giant buffet of content and letting them get into it. Ideally, if you could read the mind of the rep and immediately make decisions about where the rep is at in terms of their sales level, their tenure, all of that, you would have a portal of training, a YouTube of training, so to speak, that is perfectly curated to their come up. If you think about a YouTube that read your mind about the work that you're currently doing and only showed you things that weren't distracting, that were focused on the things that you needed to get done that week, that'd be a much more productive individual, right? I know it would be for me. I wouldn't end up looking at some random video about code or something like that. So how does this play out? Ways to think about when you release training to your reps. First one is what they don't know, they don't know. So this is really common with new reps that you're onboarding. They have no idea what they should be learning. And this is where you need to prescribe the training to them. So this is where we use, courses and campaigns to automate drip courses to the rep and give them just what they need. The key is that we don't give them any other YouTube-ish content, basically on-demand content, until later. What you don't give the rep is just as important as what you do give the rep. Start with that prescribed content. There's not a lot of friction here where they're like, hey, I need to know this now, and you haven't given it to me. You don't want that. You want to read their mind, read their level. Then you start to release out what they know they don't know. Once they finish the initial sales training and they learn about our industry, then we will automatically release this folder of lessons that are on demand that they can take at any time that have to do with the advanced product information, right? They can look it up and see a PDF about different details on the product. They don't need that if they're not out selling yet, right? Like they don't need to get distracted by that. As you know, there are all types of reps. There are the reps that don't want to consume information. They just want to know the very next thing. They're very objective based. But then there are also the reps that are more of like an educator. They're like the people that like to educate the customer. They're more focused on being comprehensive. They want to make sure that they have all the information before they represent the company, and that's what breeds confidence for them. Some reps, if they're driver type folks, giving them too much information actually reduces their confidence because they don't learn that way. They want to go out and do and then just get what they need to get the next level. So this helps in both cases. Going back to the kind of first principles is the best training portal would be the one where only the content that is needed to get the rep to the next milestone is available. And of course, then you're giving them the training immediately when they need to start working on the next milestone. You see what I'm saying? You're spoon feeding it out. So it's like, imagine a person who's walking side by side with this rep, watching everything they do and giving them what they need right before they're aware of the fact that they need it. That would be ideal. And so you're just working towards that first principle to design out how you give out training.